America's finest city. We all get to celebrate it. This show operates right out of it. We're really proud to bring into studio right now Mr. Downtown, Robert Weichelt, who lives, works, and plays down there, all-star realtor. Good to have you on the show. And we got a special surprise.
Great to be here.
We brought the Mrs.
We brought Mrs. Downtown. Mrs. Downtown's here.
And earlier this morning, we interviewed the mayor.
We spent a little time with our mayor, Kevin Faulconer. Wonderful, wonderful mayor.
Yeah, so it was a great interview. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Yeah. But you guys illustrate what I think is so great about downtown. You know, when people think about downtown and high rises, I think most people think towards a first-time home buyer or people renting down there. But the reality is there's that, but there's empty nesters, there's investors. Now you got this Pacific Gate going up, which, I mean, the lowest is 1.4 million. I mean, this can be the nicest building probably on the planet.
It's amazing.
Tell your story. Tell your guys' story.
Well, when I was born.
Oh, God.
Oh, fast forward.
Yep.
You know, we met when she was 17. Fast forward to that, we raised our family in East County, and we moved our office in 2012 to downtown. And we just immediately fell in love with it. We found ourselves not leaving downtown. So Carla would come down to downtown after work. We'd go live, work, and play downtown. The only thing we didn't do was live down there. So we made a conscious effort in 2014.
With a lot of hesitation at first on my part. Well, a little nervous of leaving the neighborhood and leaving the family and the friends and going downtown was a big step for me.
I remember when we first started having you on the show, one of the things you said, because you're a real estate expert there, you said you help a lot of people move into downtown because it's an amazing city. Yeah. But you also help people move out of downtown, right?
It's interesting. It's people that live downtown, you really have to get used to the smaller square footage. We came from a 3,000 square foot home to 1,000 square foot. That's different.
What was that like for you?
Well, I was thinking, where am I going to put all my stuff?
What was that like for you?
It was very nerve-wracking at first and stressful, and then now I realize I don't have so much stuff that I actually needed. And it's just stuff. And
it's
now
therapeutic
it's
getting rid of that stuff. I mean, I lived downtown for years, not anymore, but it seemed like every time I would move in that area, it was nice just to be thrifty, right? Now, I want to tell our audience a quick funny story. You've heard of like empty nesters and kids moving on. They left their kids in East County and moved downtown. So they didn't even kick the kids out of the house. You guys actually left them there and moved downtown. I mean, that's backwards.
Now, real quick side note, they're 20 and 23, so
right. It wasn't like an 8, 9-year-olds who left them down there. So now that you've been down there for a while, Robert, very successful in real estate. Carla, you're also in title. I want our audience to know how much you do there as well. Was it a good decision, Carla?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And in so many ways beyond what I ever thought would be. We're having so much fun. Probably the best thing is less house to clean. Yeah. It's easy. House cleaning is done like that, and then it's off to have fun again. We walk downstairs, there's no yard to worry about. We go from one little restaurant to the next. Let's try this new one that's open right now.
You're making me sit here and wonder why I ever moved out of that city.
It's pretty awesome.
But I'm close, right?
It's pretty awesome.
So, I mean, you guys live, work, and play, right? You have a lot of fun down there. I just think you illustrate the people that we're talking to, and you also are an expert on the market.
Yes.
So you got a laundry list of credentials. Explain what you're doing down there from an organizational standpoint and everything with East Village.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because we're not just a real estate company. The way we take an approach at this is we get involved in our community. I'm involved in the East Village Association, which represents all the businesses. I'm involved in the East Village Residents Group, which is basically the voice of all the residents. I'm the vice president and pre-design chair. What that means is any building that goes on down in East Village, they come through us. Super cool. I'm on the Downtown Community Planning Council, and I represent East Village. I like to volunteer. That's how I know the mayor. That's how I know some of these people that are really making decisions and making things change in the downtown.
And I've seen you on weekends literally down there cleaning up trash.
Yeah. We have trash cleanups,
when you talk about volunteering, I mean, the guy has got the heart of a lion. Well, so earlier today, we interviewed the mayor. So tee this thing up for us.
Well, you know what? Because of my involvement in all the different communities, I'm involved in a lot of downtown politics. The mayor's become a friend over the years, and I just reached out to him and said, I would love to do a piece with you talking about the state of the city. And he just finished up a State of the City a couple of weeks ago. He hit it out of the park. And I said, we need to get you on. So we'll come to your office, make it convenient. The man's busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on. 7th largest city in the country. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So we went to him, as you know. Wasn't he amazing? I mean, he just explains it. He knows what's going on. He's doing a great job. And I was very, very blessed that he made time for us because he knows how valuable the real estate community is.
Yeah, he certainly does. He invited us in. His team was awesome. It was a great experience. He was a lot of fun to be around. And let's go see what he had to say about America's finest city, shall we?
Yeah.
So here we are with Mayor Faulconer for the first time on the American Dream. Let's go see what he had to say. All right, so here we are. We are with Mayor Faulconer.
Good morning.
And Mr.Downtown, Robert Weichel. Thanks for having us out here.
Good to see you.
All right, so I know you're a busy guy. We're just going to get right to it.
Sure.
Recently, you just did the State of the City.
Yeah.
I know that went well for you. Give us a mini State of the City. Let's talk about some of the progress we've made since you've been in office.
Well, yeah, I'm really proud of the progress. San Diego's back. We're on track. I talked a lot on not only the changes and the reforms that we've made, the savings that were reinvested back into neighborhood services. So my focus on street repair, my focus on new parks for the city, extending library hours in rec centers, the things that the city should have been doing for the last couple decades, and really trying to set that tone of working well with people. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. It's really what's the right thing that we should be doing for San Diego to drive our economy and to make this exactly what we are, which is one of the most fantastic cities in the entire world.
So we put out a feeler to our audience on social media, and we said, what are the questions you'd like us to ask the mayor? And as you can imagine, the streets, homeless issues, jobs in downtown, and of course, the Chargers.
I never talk about the Chargers.
Never?
I can't believe somebody wanted to talk about that.
I'm glad we got you here right now.
We've always said very clearly, we've come together as a city and a county with a very fair proposal that we spent a lot of time on. Tremendous support in San Diego for the team. So we have a fair proposal. It's on the table, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see. So, Robert, MrDowntown, big-time real estate guy here. What do we do about affordability for people in San Diego?
Well, I think a lot of the things we talked about is Point Loma Nazarene just had a study that we talked about. 47% of the cost are right up front. So what we're looking to do is see if we can't streamline those costs, cut down those costs, make it more affordable.
I absolutely agree. And one of the things that really we're doing is cutting the bureaucracy time here in the city, because time is money. And as we're looking to increase housing affordability, making sure that we're doing everything we can as a city to encourage that, because we want people to have that American dream. We want people of all income levels to be able to afford a place to live, not only downtown, but in all parts of the city. And part of the reason why I've spent so much time on updating our community plans, so we have certainty. And that's what our neighborhoods deserve, and that's exactly what they're going to get.
Sensitive issue, homelessness. Many people have asked about that. What are we doing to improve on that front?
I'll tell you, I'm really proud of the work that we're doing with the City Council and combined. First of all, we got rid of just the winter tent. We have a year-round shelter now. It's much more results, transitioning twice the amount of people off the streets. And that's what it's all about, is giving people that extra help and support so they can get back on their feet, back into housing first, which is our model, and of course the services that helps them be successful. It really is an issue that we are focused on. It's incumbent upon, I think, the city to do everything we can to not only give people that help and support, but I'm really focused on results.
Well, you've been involved in City Council for over 10 years, as mayor for 2 years. Robert, you've been operating downtown for quite some time as well. All of us know that downtown San Diego looked very different a decade ago, 15, 20 years ago. What do you think the city is going to look like in 5, 10 years from now?
We're going to continue that great transformation, and it's one we're proud of. I mean, when I think back 10 years, Petco Park was just getting started. Since then, we've had our brand new Central Library, Thomas Jefferson School of Law. We're really becoming known as a hub for innovation, the Idea District, and downtown is a neighborhood. I mean, I never forget that. And so this is a great place to not only work, but to live. And of course, as we're providing all of those amenities that truly make us a world-class city. As you look on the work that we're doing on the waterfront, and I strongly believe, and I love when I get a chance to talk about it, downtown belongs to everyone. It doesn't matter what part of the city you live in. This is your downtown. So as we've seen that transformation, as I said, we're just getting started. We have about 35,000 people that live in downtown San Diego. Our community plan is updated, calls for a lot more growth to development. This is where you want density, is downtown. So I think there's some exciting years ahead for downtown San Diego.
Well, you've done a great job so far. What is your future vision of the city? It's not just downtown, but San Diego as a whole.
Really neighborhood focus, and making sure that the taxpayers are getting their value on their hard-earned money. And that's why my focus is on on street repair, is on making sure our infrastructure is back and providing a place for our families to know that they have not only safe neighborhoods, but quality neighborhoods, and protecting our environment. That's one of the things that makes us special here in San Diego. We love our environment, our clean air, our water. We hold that dear to us, and proud of the climate action plan that we're putting forward. We're going to be doing our part in San Diego. I firmly believe that when you work together, you collaborate, that's how you get great things done, and that's the tone that we're setting here in City Hall.
Mayor Faulconer, thank you for having us out
Good
here.
to see you, my friend.
Mr.
Thank
Downtown
you.
Robert Weichelt, thank you for what you do.
Absolutely.
Let's take it back in the studio, guys.
Hi, I'm Steve Madsen. My wife Debbie and I are the owners of this fabulous home in beautiful Coronado. We decided to put solar in the home because we wanted to have a smaller carbon footprint and we wanted to save some money. I'm a retired contractor and I've worked with Baker Electric in the past, so when I found out they had a solar division, I was ecstatic. They're a good company, got integrity, a good work ethic. I would definitely recommend Baker. My wife and I are extremely happy with what they've done for us.